everybody? Brian Wagner, lead content creator for Dragzine. We're chilling in the luxurious lounge at Chad Green Motorsports, the working lounge, with me and dear Miss Joe Serena. And, you know, like Brad Pitt said in Seven, what's in the box? Well, we're going to find out what's in the box, the toy box of a Nitro funny car. People see you guys noodling with those things. I've seen it in the staging lanes, and I've always wondered myself, like, what are y'all doing in there? So, who wants to go first and start giving an explanation here?
Well, that toy box is a mess.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of wires, there's a bunch of regulators in there, there's a bunch of safety things, and most importantly is our fuel management and clutch control in there. Our ignition is also in there, our ignition control. So there's a bunch of stuff we do. I usually have Joe in there punching in the numbers, and Joe, you know, we bounce stuff back and forth, and you know, like we see the guy in front of us knock the tires off 200 feet out. He knows what time to go in there and tweak on it. So that's our final adjustment.
It's literally the brains of the funny car then, right?
Everything that could possibly be in there is in there.
So, Joe, when you're up there kind of messing with stuff, you know, on a typical run, you know, before a run, what are you guys up there playing with? You know, what are you doing?
Typically, ignition timing. He's the brains of the ignition maps. How much timing to ramp in, how much time to pull out, how fast do we want it to go back in. Then other than that, the clutch flows. We're speeding it up, slowing it down, how fast the clutch will move the bearing out of the way. Essentially how fast the car's going to go.
And like we got some footage earlier, you know, we'll probably have it played over here at some point, of like you guys were setting that stuff before the run to like a certain level of a baseline on what you want. And that's, I'm assuming, based on, you know, weather conditions, you know, where you got the motor set
Track conditions and
what you think it's going to do.
How far down the track, what's going on, and where there's bumps, different tracks there's bumps, all that stuff we control in that box.
And then when you get up there is like, you know, hey, you know, talking to your track prep guy, you're looking at, hey, let's do a little more flow here, let's play with the timing a little bit. Because you said basically that it's a lot of manual stuff until if you see the laptop come out, that's when you're doing the
well, that's
big
the
stuff.
That's the timing curve.
Yeah.
No, that clutch control is pretty much the heart of it. The clutch is the heart of it. You know, that makes everything come together, the clutch.
And essentially, you've already set up to kind of explain that to Wells people, is that you've already got your grams on your clutch and stuff like that.
We have our books here, and they're adjusting grams up there too. They're in the can.
Yeah, you can pop open the can.
Yep. So we got our
log books,
little encyclopedia, and we have things here. We look at them. We look for similar conditions and different tracks we've been to, and same tracks we've been to. Hey, we ran this and we ran this map, and see if it's going to work here. We sit up here and, you know, just come up with a plan, and we say it before we go out, and then we got a good thing going here.
Now, as far as when you're adjusting the clutch flows, like what does that mean to you? You know, I guess people go, is that air? Is that hydraulic fluid? Like what's that clutch flow?
The clutch is all, it's like a big go-kart. So it's got all the little weights and levers, and the faster it spins, the more pressure you get. Well, we have a bearing that kind of holds it back, and the quicker we can move the bearing out of the way, the more lever it sees and the faster it will go. So what we want to do is control that so it will slide down there. And then on good tracks like here, we want to get the thing out of the way and let it ease.
Apply it as fast as possible and still maintain traction.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a nitrous car that you're trying to punch it in the mouth as much as you can right off the hit.
Yeah.
Trying to let it live out.
Well, we could pretty much blow the tires off anywhere
well,
on the track.
When I say punch in the mouth, you're hitting it as hard as what you can with, you know, 8,000 horse. Because we were looking at the timing map that you were adjusting, and you told me you guys hit that thing in the mouth with, like, what was it, -25?
Oh yeah, we kind of like punch it as hard as we can. You know, punch it right in the gut.
Essentially, at that point, with what you're controlling with, again, the brains and everything that's inside that box, is you're telling it to knock the timing down so it can get the tire, spike it back in, and then you're also at the same time, is that when you're trying to basically match the clutch to the timing that you're putting it in, so it all kind of, you don't want all the timing and no clutch, because I'm guessing it probably rattles the poor driver's teeth out.
Yeah, and we want to try and make the same motor, like the same power, no matter where we go.
Yeah.
So it's one less thing in the equation. Now sometimes we'll want a little more power just to get the thing going, but you want to match the clutch with the timing coming in it, because you can just wear too much clutch and then the thing won't go at all.
Put a hole out.
And that's
Yeah.
again what you're basically doing. We'll say, within reason, best educated guess on what the track's telling
Yeah.
you, what the air is telling you. It's like, all right, well,
Exactly.
hey, let's go to the encyclopedia. We're at Bradenton, it's doing this. Let's
Right.
turn the flow up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Then you get up there and you see what's going on and throw out the encyclopedia and start turning knobs.
And then you're like, well, is that when you get to the point where it's you lean in the car and say, we're putting the Hold My Beer Watch this tune up in it,
Sometimes it's like,
Then we
I
have
made it.
there's all the safety stuff in that box also.
Yeah, is
All
that,
all our safety stuff, the parachutes, shut off. There's a boost if we have too much pan pressure, it'll shut it down. All that stuff, I could shut them down if I see them
Joseph.
and that's
doing
where
anything funny.
catches it all in there, kind of how it works and whatnot.
Yep.
Interesting stuff. But you know what? We'll wrap it up here. Looks like he's got a lot going on, getting ready to make a hit. I appreciate your time. Make sure you pay attention to dragzine.com. We'll have more Nitro tech and cool stuff from guys like Joe.